Hallo meine Lieben und herzlich willkommen zurück zu Another Code. So, wir sind gerade noch dem Versuch entkommen, Ashleys Erinnerung mit denen von Sayoko zu überschreiben. Das hat Gott sei Dank nicht geklappt. Jetzt sollen wir von Rex endlich mal erfahren, wer Ryan ist, der uns quasi in diese Situation gebracht hat. Von daher würde ich jetzt auch, hier haben wir schon alles durchsucht. Ich denke, wir können direkt mit dir reden. Komm, erzähl mal, Kumpel.
Look at this photo.
Looks pretty old.
That's Judd on the right, but who's that boy?
Sein Sohn?
That's Judd's son,
Ah ja, okay.
Ryan.
Der war ja ziemlich krank, das haben wir ja schon erfahren.
Ryan? He looks just like the guy I met.
Then
Naja,
does this mean that the man Ashley met is Judd's son, all grown up?
It must. How else would he have known about the secret lab? And the prototype another?
No, it's impossible. The Ryan in this photograph died 15 years ago.
okay. Das haben wir schon gedacht, dass der nicht wirklich
No
lebendig
way.
ist.
Ryan was Judd's only son. His mother died when he was young. They were out on a walk. There was a reckless driver. She saved his life. Ryan withdrew into himself after witnessing his mother's death. He stopped expressing himself, and then he stopped speaking entirely.
Oh,
So, 15 years ago, Judd made a decision. He would do anything to get his son back. The another was still just a prototype at the time, but he wanted to use it on Ryan to erase memories of his mother and her death.
Judd experimented on his own son?
Yes, the experiment was conducted in total secrecy. Only Sayoko and I were there to witness it.
Rex, this experiment is dangerous.
I know, but Judd is obsessed.
The memory of that tragedy took you from me. But I know I can use the another somehow. I will bring you back. Ryan!
Judd's son, Ryan, was the first test subject of the prototype Another, and it killed him.
Ja, das hätte man vorhersehen können.
But his memories were not lost. That was the first practical use of liquid memory storage. His memories had been backed up before deletion. Ryan was gone.
And all Judd had left of him was his memory data, stored in liquid form.
I had no idea about any of this.
Was ich dann nicht verstehe, also wahrscheinlich dieser Ryan besteht jetzt aus diesen Erinnerungen. Hätte dieser Ryan nicht einfach aus den Erinnerungen von Sayoko auch eine ähnliche Sayoko erschaffen können, ohne jetzt da unbedingt Ashley in Gefahr zu bringen? Wäre sinnvoll gewesen, oder?
The
Meine nur so.
experiment was strictly confidential by Judd's orders. And with Judd and Sayoko gone, I was the only one who knew what happened. I always thought I would take these secrets to my grave, but you two deserve to know. I needed to tell you Judd's secret and Sayoko's truth.
Dann mal los. Dann erzähl mal, Kumpel. Aber Judds Geheimnis ist doch, dass er seinen Sohn umgebracht hat, oder nicht?
What did you mean by Judd's secret?
Oder ja gut, dass er die Erinnerung wahrscheinlich irgendwie
5
verwendet
years
hat.
ago, Judd died in the lab. Afterward, I was organizing his research papers.
Ah.
Most of them were retained by JC Valley, but there's one file I decided to keep private. It's here on this computer.
2002 Bericht, Experiment zur simultanen Massenbearbeitung von Erinnerungen. Die folgende Aufzeichnung behandelt ein Experiment, bei dem das im Sicherheitssystem von JC Valley installierte NASA verwendet wurde, welches über die Entfernung eingesetzt werden kann. Aha, über die Kameras oder wie? Ziel des Experiments war es, mittels der Überwachungskameras das Kurzzeitgedächtnis einer großen Zahl an Testpersonen zu bearbeiten. Das Experiment zeigte...
He built a remote-controlled another?
Ui.
Judd conducted an experiment that crossed a terrible line. In order to protect JC Valley and to continue his
Das
research,
hat er einfach laufen lassen, obwohl er davon weiß.
he came up with a way to shift the blame of the lake pollution, which was caused by an overflow of liquid memory. He blamed it on Crusoe Resort. He manipulated residents' memories, planted thoughts in their heads.
Planted thoughts. That must have been what Charlotte was talking about. She said something strange happened 5 years ago. Everyone started blaming Crusoe Resort overnight.
Okay,
Another
das
was used to
erklärt's
cover it
natürlich.
up?
Dann lag's gar nicht an dem Zeitungsartikel, der kam halt zufällig raus.
Dad, is it okay to use it like this? No
Nein,
way, right?
nicht wirklich.
I'm sorry.
Musst du das erst fragen?
It was my foolish decision to cover this up.
Ja, würde ich mal so sagen.
I wanted to protect JC Valley's and Judd's reputations.
Also ist Ryan einfach nur eine Gestalt, die den Leuten ins Hirn projiziert wird. Okay.
Rex, do you think that Judd's experimental system is related to Ashley meeting Ryan?
Sayokos Wahrheit?
Judd approached Sayoko at JC Valley 13 years ago.
She wanted to go back to her family, but he told her it would be a waste of her brilliance.
He told her to come back to work. Otherwise, she knew too much.
Oh,
But Sayoko refused. She had made up her mind. Judd offered a condition for her leaving, which Sayoko accepted.
To erase her memories of the Another project?
und hat gleich noch andere mitgelöscht. Na
Yes.
toll.
I'm sure Sayoko realized how angry Judd was. She knew that if she refused, she wouldn't be able to keep her family safe.
I had no idea.
We used the prototype Another to erase Sayoko's memories,
Weil das ja vorher schon so gut geklappt hat, ne?
and Judd ordered me to serve as the operator. It was I who extracted and erased Sayoko's memories. She was in a daze once it was all over. She was crying. She looked at me and said, "I've lost something important."
I remember Mom crying. She was sad because she lost her memories of her research?
Nee,
No,
da ist noch mehr.
she
Ja.
lost more than memories of her research. She lost memories of you.
Oh no.
When I saw her tears, I made a decision then and there. I took Sayoko's liquid memory backup and stored it in that pendant. She was waiting in the clock tower when I gave it to her. She cherished the memories in that pendant more than anything in her life. Memories of you.
Oha, wer ruft an?
Who could be calling?
It's Ryan. Oder Sophia. Wir sollten sowieso mal langsam Hilfe holen. Das wollten wir die ganze Zeit machen. Warum tun wir es nicht? Security Room. Oh, okay.
Ashley, you're safe.
I'm fine.
What a relief. Are you with the director and Dr. Robbins?
Ian, Gina, what happened?
We've secured Sophia and have control of the security system.
Ach,
Gina helped get it up and running. We can contact the outside now. We're going to call the police.
ihr könntet doch einfach gehen. Oder nicht?
Wait, Ian. There's something I want you to look into first. Are the security cameras working?
No, they've been down for a while now. I was getting nervous, not being able to find you guys. I'm looking into the outage, but haven't been able to figure out what's causing it.
Can you access security camera footage?
Yeah, why?
Ashley, do you remember where you saw Ryan?
Der war nur
Ja.
in ihrem Kopf.
I first saw him at the campsite, then at his cottage. Then he found me at the Crusoe Resort offices.
Did you get that, Ian? Check the footage from where Ashley just mentioned. I want to see all the footage of her.
Copy that.
Dad, what are you trying to figure out here?
Well, you'll know soon enough.
Na, kommt schon.
Found it, Dr. Robbins. I'll send the footage through.
Okay.
He's not there. But why, Dad? What's going on?
You remember speaking with Ryan, yet he's not in the footage. Which means...
This Ryan is some sort of construct built by the Another. And Judd's remote-controlled Another was temporarily overwriting her memories. Do you concur?
I do.
A construct? So Ryan was a false memory that the Another implanted in me?
That's right.
Das ist gruselig.
I can't believe it. He seemed so real.
So Rex, Ryan's physical form is undoubtedly a construct. But a construct with an established personality. What's more, it intentionally sought out Ashley. The personality is that of Ryan, who died 15 years ago.
Aber trotzdem gealtert ist.
Which means, this may sound absurd, but it seems as if Ryan's memory data has continued to live all this time.
Mom was alive. That's how I was able to talk to her. Mom was alive all along. Inside memories converted to data.
Dr. Robbins.
Und die Konsequenz daraus ist, ihr habt sie gerade umgebracht, würde ich mal sagen.
What is it, Gina?
One of the security cameras just came back online.
Which camera?
The one watching the island in the lake.
Show us the feed.
Got it.
Das Grab.
A grave? Whose grave is that?
It's Ryan's. He was buried there 15 years ago.
Das Grab, an dem Sayoko stand. Ja, saß, hockte.
What's the matter, Ashley?
Mom took me to that grave.
What?
She touched it and said something. Dad, take me to that island. I want to remember what she said. Going there is my best shot.
I don't know.
I need to remember, Dad. If I do, maybe we'll find out why Ryan appeared only to me. And why he wanted to bring Mom back. What his goal really was.
All right. Let's go. Sayoko, what's your connection to Ryan? Help me understand who he really is.
Okay. Gehen wir direkt hin, oder? Ah, okay. Wir rudern
This
hin.
is our first time on a boat together, huh?
Und
I
das
suppose
mitten in
it
der
is.
Nacht. In der Kälte.
How'd you get so good at rowing?
Sometimes I'll row when I go fishing with Bob and Rex.
Ich wollte gerade sagen, er geht ja angeln.
It'll be dawn soon. How are you holding up?
It's been a busy day. But I'm all right. What about you?
Oh, I'm used to all-nighters. I'm tougher than I look, you know.
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Where's Ryan's grave?
That way. Let's hurry.
Hier gibt es wahrscheinlich nicht viel zu entdecken, sonst sieht zumindest schwer danach aus. Dann einfach mal schnell den Berg hoch. Das heißt, Sayoko ist hier mal eben rübergerudert und hat Blumen gebracht. Da lang. Oder? Ja, okay, passt. Oh, die Sonne geht auf. Oh, wie schön. Oh, das ist ja voll hübsch.
What is this place?
It's the lake spring. Not many people know about it.
Die Quelle ist mittendrin im See? Okay.
According to Dan, it's the source of Lake Juliet.
It all comes from here?
Yep. The whole lake wells out from this one point.
Und in dem See ist mnemonische Flüssigkeit.
It's also responsible for keeping it clean. Lake Juliet's been polluted a number of times, but the spring always restores its waters.
So even the current pollution will be cleaned up soon?
As long as the spring holds out.
Okay.
That must be why Judd chose to put Ryan's grave here. The spring restores it all.
Da ist auch eine Kamera. Ah ja, stimmt, hatten sie ja gesagt. Aber wieso direkt neben dem Grab? Wer macht sowas? Ist irgendwie schon ein bisschen
Pretty.
naja. So. Ach, hinter dem Wasserfall lang. Okay. Ist das schön. Recht simpel gemacht, aber schön.
This is Ryan's grave.
So your mom brought you here 13 years ago.
Sind zusammen dahin gerudert.
I think this will be the last time I come here, Ryan. Judd left his most precious possession with you. So I'll leave mine here too.
I remember what she said.
Das Kaleidoskop.
She said Judd left his most precious possession here.
Let's take a look around.
Ja gut, ums Kaleidoskop wird es nicht gehen, aber das hat sie da gelassen. So, das heißt, wir sollen jetzt hier... Oder sollen wir das Kaleidoskop mitnehmen? 41 Jahre alt, bis
Ryan was
92.
only 12 when he died. I've seen this before.
Born an angel, you make me whole. Gone too soon, you leave me hollow.
Looking through this always made Sayoko miss Japan.
Dad,
What is it?
check it out. Ryan's mom gave him this kaleidoscope. He told me when we were talking at the cottage.
Ryans Mutter? Ich dachte, Sayoko hätte das Kaleidoskop. Habe ich das falsch verstanden?
He said he had to undergo treatments as a kid. That's when he would give it to Mom for safekeeping.
Ah, okay.
Undergoing treatment must
Ach
have
ja,
been
genau
what Judd
so rum
called
war das.
erasing his
Mhm.
memories.
Ja, stimmt. Das war sein Kaleidoskop, aber sie hat es auch verwendet manchmal. Ja, so rum war es. Mhm. Ich erinnere mich.
And because of that, Ryan, Mom must have come here to return it. That's why she was here 13 years ago.
Hat sich auch gut gehalten, das Teil.
What's this? What's this say?
Judd dedicated this message to his son. Huh?
What's up?
It looks like there's some sort of trick to this gravestone. Are the stone tiles some sort of key?
A key?
Okay. Grabinschrift. Die kann man anscheinend drücken, okay.
Oh,
Aha.
huh?
Wie viel waren es? 4?
Hm?
Die Kacheln nehmen wieder ihre Ausgangsposition ein, wenn ich 4 Buchstaben gedrückt habe. Ich sollte vorsichtig sein. Okay.
Ah.
Ich muss wahrscheinlich das Kirschblütenmuster da raus. Kriegen. Das sieht doch schon... Boah. Das sieht doch sehr danach aus. Und jetzt kann ich vielleicht die richtigen Je nachdem, wie ich es drehe, kann ich vielleicht die richtigen... Hier ist ein L. Ein E. Ein G. L-E-G-C vielleicht? Könnte passen, ne? Aber welche Ls denn? Ist es egal? L, E, G und C? Haben wir überhaupt C hier? Kein C, dann ein D? Auch nicht. L, E, G, kein C, kein D, ne? Moment. Also hier ist ein G. Hier ist ein I. Vielleicht sind es auch zwei Is. Ah, Moment, man kann das ineinander verdrehen, ne?
Huh.
Aha. Aha. Love. Ich hab's. Ich weiß es jetzt schon. Okay. Aha.
Oh.
Oho. Ist egal, welche ich nehme, ich denke mal, ne? Ein Knopf? Nee. Ah, die Erinnerung?
It opened. Dad, check it out. There's a picture inside. Look at his smile. He looks so happy.
I never would have guessed. Judd stole Sayoko's memories, and yet, what he cherished the most was the memory of his child.
Dad?
Uh-oh. Ihr hättet vielleicht die Kameras
Ashley.
zuhängen können oder so.
Ryan!
You still remember me?
Of course I do.
When you and I met in the another room, I attempted to delete the memory data you have of me, but it seems I never gained full access to your hippocampus.
What did you do to my dad?
I have suspended his consciousness. It is only temporary. He will not perish. He is not required for our current discourse.
I think I finally understand, Ryan. You used the another through security cameras. It's how you made me see you.
That's correct. What you see right now is
Blitzmerker,
only
haben
in
Sie
your
doch schon
mind.
erklärt.
This image is temporarily ingrained in your memory. I am currently manipulating your perception.
You took advantage of Sophia in the same way, but I'm not like her. I won't let you do whatever you want.
Interesting. Sayoko said the same thing to Judd.
Your life's work is to complete the another. I will not allow you to squander your brilliance. Especially for something as foolish as family. I forbid it! Get back to work this instant! That's an order!
The another is more than your
Arschlochfaktor
precious
10.
research. I will not allow myself to be used.
Your eyes look so much like Sayoko's did back then. Ashley, why are you here?
Also die Diskussion hat er auch mitbekommen.
I don't
Okay.
understand.
I thought coming here would help me figure everything out.
What do you mean by everything?
My mom came to this island 13 years ago. I thought if I could remember that moment, it would all fall into place. I would understand why she came to Lake Juliet. Why the memory of my mother knew about you. Why you appeared to me and tried to revive her.
I see.
I want to know. I want to know the truth about you.
A drive for knowledge. I have always felt that too. Why was I born? What is my purpose?
What are you talking about?
I've never encountered someone like you. Someone who wished to know me. I understand. I will tell you the truth. Here lies Ryan Fitzgerald. And because he existed, I now exist. Judd's son, the Another's first ever test subject. Ryan lost his mother at a young age. This left a deep wound on his heart. He closed himself off. Judd wanted to heal that wound, thereby restoring his son's emotions.
Und hat ihn dabei zufällig aus Versehen getötet.
He attempted to do this with the Another, which was still just a prototype at the time. However, the experiment failed.
Das ist ihm auch nie in den Sinn gekommen, dass das auch fehlschlagen könnte?
Ryan was left paralyzed and later died. Ryan's memories were extracted during that experiment. They were recorded to liquid memory and stored in a tank in JC Valley's basement. And that tank containing liquid memory is where I was born. The first human to notice was your mother.
There's no mistaking. The stored memory data is changing. The liquid memory is producing new episodic recollections on its own?
I don't know how it
Okay,
happened.
muss ja, damit er existieren kann.
Sayoko referred to me as a conscious life form, born from Ryan's memory data.
Born from memory data?
The first thing I remember is the feeling of swimming through a sea of memories. The human memory is truly a fascinating thing. It starts with sense, and then there is information. And beyond that, knowledge. Each memory has a different emotion. Longing, loneliness, fear, regret, happiness. I am proof that Ryan was alive. I read his memory and I learned, and I slowly grew.
My mom never told Judd about you?
She reported her findings, but Judd quickly dismissed them.
Ja, das ist immer solche Leute.
He said that
kann nicht
self-propagation of memory data is impossible. He was exactly the person Ryan's memory made him out to be. A genius scientist willing to do anything to further his research. Even sacrifice his own family. Self-righteous, refusing to hear anyone else's opinion. Unlike Sayoko, he never tried to understand me. Once she left, Judd would glance at the tank every so often, and then one day, he started talking to it.
Aha.
I'll find a way to revive you, Ryan.
Arschloch-Move. Erst andere anpupen und das dann solche Leute liebe ich ja.
He continued developing the Another alone. He also started a new experiment. An experiment to overwrite memories using the Another. Judd began writing Ryan's memory data onto other subjects. It was his attempt to revive his son. Carrying out these experiments required him to create many copies of Ryan's data. He extracted his test subjects' memories and accumulated them all into liquid memory.
Was his experiment successful?
Klingt nicht so.
It was not. It was impossible to complete the Another without Sayoko. The ability to overwrite memory never came to fruition. He abandoned its development and sealed up the lab housing the Another. And then, a terrible storm tore through Lake Juliet. JC Valley lost power and the building was destroyed. The tanks storing liquid memory were damaged.
Und dann ist es in den See
They
gelangt,
leaked
okay.
into the lake. This was liquid memory that contained not only Ryan's memories, but many others. It became one with the water. So in a way, it felt like this lake had become my brain. Over time, I was able to access JC Valley's network, This, in turn, allowed me access to all sorts of information. That's when I learned of Sayoko's murder. I learned a lot from Judd's computer, including that it was Bill who killed Sayoko, and that whoever he was working for was connected to Judd.
Aber Ryan hat doch mit Bill, oder?
How could you? Why did you murder Sayoko?
From the very start, the Another project was conducted in secret. Sayoko and I were handpicked by the lab's head to carry the project forward. You were just a researcher, a useful tool. We started making real progress. But then Sayoko betrayed us. You two stole our research, hid it in your home. So I gave Sayoko one more chance that night. I told her to return the research and return to the fold.
I see. So if Mom knew all this, is that why she tried to protect the Another?
Ashley,
Naja,
it wasn't
vermutlich,
until
ne?
I learned of Sayoko's death that I found the sorts of moments that can produce such strong emotions. I had never felt more. And yet, at that moment, was sadness. And all I wanted was to ask Judd, why did Sayoko have to die?
Did you ever meet Judd?
I did. He was in the process of developing the remote Another at the time. I infiltrated the system to gain access to him.
Ah, okay.
What are you?
Judd looked both surprised and confused when I appeared before him. He reached out to see if I was real, but he couldn't touch me. So he simply stared at me for a long while, and then I asked him, why did Sayoko have to die? He remained silent. He simply looked at me with an expression I couldn't interpret. So I asked him once more, why did Sayoko, the only person who knew me, have to die? He didn't answer my question. Instead, he muttered my name.
Ryan.
At last, he understood the nature of my existence. He looked at me with eyes that had grown old, and he trembled. What emotion do you suppose he was expressing?
Judd died, right? After learning about you?
Yes. Both Sayoko and Judd were gone, so no one else in the world knew of my existence. And yet, I continued to exist in this lake.
That sounds so
Aber
lonely.
auch nicht mehr lange anscheinend.
All this time, my mind was occupied with a single thought. Why do I exist? But I couldn't find an answer. After a while, I grew interested in the Another left behind by Sayoko and Judd. I wanted to complete it. I was the one Bill sent the Another's source code to.
No way.
Using that data, I was able to complete the prototype Another.
But why?
It was simply a task to prove I exist. I didn't have a specific goal beyond that. Dr. Robbins came to JC Valley. He started investigating things no one had looked into before. Do you know why he came here? Did he tell you?
I didn't know at
Wegen des Another,
first,
oder?
but I do now.
Wegen Sayoko. Warum arbeitet Richard für JC Valley? Vor 5 Jahren wurde Lake Julia verloren. Die Leute dachten, er war ein Grund dafür zu finden. Machen wir das Erster entwickelt. Falls das NASA missbraucht wird. Papa ist hergekommen, das Erster zu finden, das Mama hier zurückgelassen hat. Nee, er wollte doch mehr rausfinden. Mama, ohne Papa davon zu erzählen. Er ist hergekommen, herauszufinden, warum sie hier war und was sie hier gemacht hat. Bei JC Valley, Papa ist hergekommen, um die fertigzustellen. Nee. Nee, es war doch das hier, oder? Er hatte es gesagt, aber ich habe es schon wieder vergessen. Also müsste das hier sein. Okay.
I need to find out why she was here. Because if I do, I think it will reveal the truth behind her death.
My dad wanted to know why my mom came here. Ryan, we had no idea. We didn't know her memory data was inside her pendant.
I see.
Das war auch überhaupt nicht vorherzusehen. Vor allem Richard hätte es ja wissen können eigentlich, weil da eine Flüssigkeit drin war, haben sie ja gesagt.
But how did you know? How did you know about the pendant?
I was monitoring Rex's computer. He kept a journal on it. He wrote about hiring your father. He wrote, "Should I tell Richard about Sayoko's pendant?" When Dr. Robbins came to JC Valley, he was still seeking the truth of what happened to Sayoko. He found the data that Bill had sent. That's when he started piecing together the secrets around the Another and the sea. He began looking into the lake pollution too. He was close to figuring out that the pollution was liquid memory. It was around then I started to feel cornered. After all, the substance polluting the lake is me. I don't have much time left. I've come to understand this. If the lake is purified, cleansing itself of the liquid memory, I will disappear. In other words,
Kann man nicht ein bisschen Seewasser einfach aufbewahren?
I will die.
Weil anscheinend, es wird ja peu à peu die Flüssigkeit entfernt. Anscheinend schadet ihm das jetzt nicht, wenn ein bisschen was fehlt. Also nehmen wir doch ein bisschen Seewasser und vielleicht auch ein bisschen größeren Menge Seewasser und dann sollte das doch klappen,
That's
oder
when
nicht?
Dr. Robbins invited you here. When you arrived at the campsite, you were wearing Sayoko's pendant. I wanted to see her, just one last time. That pendant contains memories of Sayoko, and I'm sure they remember me. That's why I tried to use the Another and you. Sayoko's daughter.
Jetzt haben wir nichts mehr
I
davon.
wanted to revive her.
Aber du hättest sie
But
doch
the
einfach
rasp was
da
her way of preventing that.
eigentlich sogar in den See kippen können und dann, naja gut.
She showed me the error of my ways. Using the Another to prove my existence was wrong. I know that now. That's it. That's everything. I wanted you to know. This is my truth.
Ryan? What's happening to you? Wait, are you trying to erase my memories of you?
You will forget me.
Nicht doch.
No, Ryan! That's... Ryan, look! Look at this!
Remember you.
It's a message from my mom. When you tried to write my mom's memories onto me, she told me something.
Jetzt ist es in dem RAS drin, oder
She
was?
said a person can live forever as long as someone remembers them.
Sayoko.
Thank you, Ryan. Because you remember her, my mom lives on. And thanks to that, I got to see her.
Oh.
Ashley, will you remember me? Even if I disappear.
Yes. I won't forget the person Mom discovered. I'll remember you forever.
Please, show me the RAS again. Thank you, Sayoko. I can finally be at peace.
Na, wieder wach?
Ashley?
Dad, Ryan disappeared. He touched the RAS and now he's gone.
What?
He told me about Mom. And why he appeared to me.
What did he say? Tell me everything.
After that, Dad and I took the boat back to JC Valley. He took me to his lab and I took a nap on his cot. He and Rex had a long conversation. Dad was with me when I woke up. He told me it's time to go home. We didn't talk much on the walk back to the cottage. We didn't need to tell each other what we were thinking. We just knew. We were thinking about Mom.
Honestly, you two.
Es hört
I
mich
had a
auf
funny feeling
gerade.
after our phone call yesterday. I got worried,
stimmt, sie
so
hat
I
ja
came to make sure
angerufen.
everything was all right. Only to find you two were out all night?
Well, it's just that, so...
For real, Jessica. It was a lot.
Well, go on.
It's all my fault. I got Ashley mixed up in a big mess.
Don't listen to him. It was my idea to go to that island. Dad kept me safe, Jessica.
And it's all thanks to Ashley that we learned about Sayoko.
At least you two are getting along.
Huh?
Aren't you glad you agreed to the trip?
Yeah. Actually, I have so much to tell you, Jessica.
I can't wait to hear it all. When does the bus home arrive?
We still have a little time. I'm gonna go say bye to everyone.
Okay.
Oh, one more thing. Can you return the key card to the guest house?
Okay, wir haben noch ein bisschen was zu tun.
I've already checked us out.
Sure thing.
So, looks like you bought a ton of souvenirs, huh?
Nein!
Yeah, they had some really cool stuff. I really feel like I bonded with Lake Juliet, you know? Everything just felt so special to me.
Und wenn ich nicht den halben Laden leer gekauft hätte, wäre was anderes hier gekommen?
Oh, yeah. That's good to hear.
Muss ich mal im zweiten Durchlauf probieren.
Dad, check this out.
That looks familiar.
Remember the keychain with the gate key to the Edward mansion?
Ach, seht da wohl, lag ich sogar richtig.
That takes
Okay.
me back. This used to be the only kind of thing the guest house sold. Looks like they've expanded their options.
Und wenn ich den nicht gekauft hätte?
What do you
Ich
think
glaube,
of the
ich musste
mascots?
sogar.
I think they're pretty
Wahrscheinlich
charming,
musste
actually.
ich den einkaufen.
Then you get one too. We can match.
That's a good idea. I'll pick one up.
Okay. Gut, das sieht jetzt aus, als wenn wir jetzt langsam so ein bisschen aufräumen müssten und dann zum Ende kommen. Aber die Folge hier ist jetzt wirklich schon lang genug geworden. Also beim nächsten Mal, ich tippe mal drauf, noch ein bisschen aufräumen, noch ein bisschen mit den Leuten quatschen. Und dann wird es wahrscheinlich schon relativ bald Richtung Ende gehen. Und dann gibt es ein kleines Fazit. Ich hoffe, ihr seid trotzdem gespannt drauf. Ich meine, die größte Spannung ist, glaube ich, schon erledigt. Es sei denn, jetzt kommt noch irgendwas. Es könnte natürlich sein. Ich weiß es nicht, wir werden es sehen. Ich hoffe, ihr seid beim nächsten Mal wieder dabei. Und wir sehen uns. Ciao, ciao. Bis dann.